What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Aged Out Reacts. As we continue our coverage of the 2022 WGI season. We're recording this, March 3rd? So Indy Regional is this weekend in a day or two. Can't wait to see. Hopefully we get some solid Mystique and Rhythm X videos this weekend so we can talk about it, see what they're up to. I know I've seen Mystique's show and I know X's show. You've seen both those two, right? In videos?
Yeah. I think I've seen the majority of the perennial finalist shows at this point, but
yeah, I have too.
They're all still very bare though.
Oh yeah, all of them are. But it's typical. It's early March. But today, as you can see from the video title, we're reacting to POW Percussion, Atlanta Quest, and then we have a treat of. It's probably not in the title, but we're gonna watch a little bit of the Marine Corps drum corps because a video came across Evan and I's social media feeds because we know a couple guys that are in it. Damn, they're good. It's
the best thing I saw today.
No hate on POW or AQ, but I haven't previewed this POW video or the AQ video. But before we get into this stuff, check out the podcast on podcast services. As soon as we see X and Mystique, some lot videos, a little more, I need to see RCC's full show. We're going to do our typical competitive season, early season impressions podcast. So check that out. Be on the lookout. Probably in the next week or two, we'll have seen enough to do that. Make predictions for finals in April coming up. But also check out LoneStarPercussion.com, the sponsor of the podcast and YouTube channel. Use the discount code AGEDOUT. Save yourself $10 on any order of $50 or more. Social media, Facebook, Instagram. You know the drill. If you're new, you can find us there. Never miss an update. That's it. So podcast is also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So check that out there. 70-something episodes now.
Probably pretty close to it.
A lot. So, all right, I'm ready. POW is also extremely good.
Yeah, getting into some of these kind of middle groups, the 6 to 13-ish range.
Yep. The fact that Pulse's second ensemble can be this good is just a testament to the system they built.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, this bass stuff's really good. I
want to back up too. Go ahead.
They always have a lot of good space in their bass writing. It's very, very readable. I wonder if they even qualify or how they do the auditions now. Because I know when it first came out, it was Pulse Open. Then quickly they got bumped to World because they were too good.
Yep.
And then it was just POW. I wonder how that marriage is still, but
I don't know.
Obviously
I would assume they probably do the auditions together. If anyone knows, just put in the comments.
I think so.
There we go.
It makes sense.
All right, let's hear that bass feature again. We're not going to talk over it this time.
Maybe.
Yeah. Just smooth.
Good, accurate rhythms. Yeah,
just smooth.
Good connectivity.
I mean, there's still a world-class line. I still hear. I love that bass split. Hold on. In that gap in the battery riding. Back up.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some crunchies. It's still early.
Well, I hear a sound quality difference. You can tell this is the B group of Pulse. They have their own identity. They're very successful and very, very good in their own right. But you can hear that. I say that every indoor season. The top 5, depending on the year 6 groups, have their distinct. They have that mature battery blend. That when you get some years, Monarch's up there usually. GMU's got it, but a lot of that 6 to 13 range, you can hear that stark difference in battery blend and sound quality maturity between those tiers of groups.
Nice trading back and forth.
I like that phrase.
Passing the ball around. Maybe.
Yes, but I don't care.
Consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a bass line, man.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, this group is always just super solid in that, like, I would say, like, 7, 8, 9 range, typically. Top 10.
Yep.
Top 10 in world-class independent is great. I mean, it's so cutthroat.
Nowadays, especially, it's nothing to sneeze at. The quality is so high in that tier compared to what it was a decade ago.
It's almost like you have a pretty consistent top 5 right now, and then like 6 through 12 or 6 through 15, I guess is you could almost just like put them in a hat and be like, we'll see where everybody is this year.
Yeah, but I would almost put a couple of those groups kind of in. We kind of have like tier 1,
right,
which is like
so,
your X
like,
Mystiques, and then you have like tier 1.5, which is like established itself at this point as like
I would say like
GMU,
Matrix, GMU, Infinity, POW, Monarch, that kind of like 6 through 10 range.
Yeah. And then I feel like there's another tier drop most years after that in terms of like
kind of
playing
like
quality.
Yeah, or I don't even say playing quality as much.
Yeah.
It's just the show designs vary. Like a lot of the top 15 all play really well, but like show design is going to carry you a long way too.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's jump forward a little bit.
Yeah.
This is like quad feature. Let's check this out.
Good rolls and stuff in there. Some reattack
Yeah.
issues, just coming in off of space or like prepping through space and coming back in.
Yeah, some rims in there too. I like the composition of the quad feature. It just needs more work. You know, it's March. This is probably the end of February.
This is probably in February, yeah.
Yeah, so we're not looking too hard into scratchies and all that stuff. But you want to move to Atlantic Quest now?
Let's check that. Watch this snare, whatever this is, real quick, and then we'll move.
Okay. Yeah, I like the writing of that feature. It's cool. Just the same thing with the quad feature.
Just some similar issues. Just reattack in space, or like the very first diddle of a roll, scratch out and then lock in.
Yep.
So,
Yep. This looks like a bass feature.
They'll get it ironed out.
No. All right.
I would definitely say the basses are probably the strong suit of the battery at this point for them.
From what I just heard, I would 100% agree with that. The bass line seems really solid, and the quads and snares are not as good as them, but they seem on the same like plane.
Feels less consistent than the basses are right now.
Yep. All right, let's jump over to Atlanta Quest. Check out some of what they're doing. I think this first bit is snare feature, a couple reps.
I've seen a little bit of this. They like rep it like a few times. Yeah.
All right, we'll watch it once or twice, then we'll get to the full battery chunk. From what I've heard, is they're playing pretty well this season.
I kind of skipped around a little bit.
Yep.
Just to see. I didn't want to watch. I didn't want to watch 20 minutes of exercises.
No, I'll pass.
That last PDD roll was good.
Yeah, that was real nice. But before they go ahead,
I don't know if I care for like the cross stick stuff and like a snare feature. Like I know Blue Coats do that stuff a ton when they're like jamming, but hearing it by itself, it's a little, I don't know, underwhelming.
Yeah, it does seem kind of out of place in a snare feature, but I would put the snare sound quality in the same category as POWs. It's not quite as full and blended as you would hear from like an X or Mystique, but again, they're in that middle 6 to 10, 6 to 12 range every year in playing ability. And actually, didn't they like the last competitive season?
I would say in playing ability, they're usually up there.
Yeah,
pretty high. I remember in prelims in 2019, they beat RCC in music on.
That's
prelims.
exactly what I was about to bring up. Yeah, they
Of course, that was not RCC's most fantastic year, but still.
Either way, it still happened. The score was given, and AQ usually plays really well every year.
They usually have some sick bass lines.
Yeah, typically, yeah. So let's keep going. I want to give him one more rep on that snare feature, just out of curiosity. Well, maybe one more. This is a beer break, is what that reset was.
That was better.
Oh, that wasn't.
Nope.
Yeah,
Just
the cross stick's weird. The cross stick in the feature's weird to me.
That ending is way better than, like, the front half.
You can even hear the sound quality change. Like, the sound quality gets more blended on that low PDD roll before it and right after it. It's interesting. I think they've worked the second half more at this point than the first half.
Or it's just like, I mean, you almost just have to go. Like, go, like, hit the gas. Like, there's no falling off the train.
Yeah, there's no space and, like, reattacks. It's just kind of like set your hands and move.
All right, let's skip show segments. All right, give it to me, bass.
We talked you up before.
All right, so my comment hold true.
Yep. Woo!
All right.
Yep. Yeah, their bass line's good.
Yeah, pretty good. Jeez.
Some hand speed changes in the middle of rolls there.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. No. Yeah, I want it again.
Yeah, metric speed up. Woo! Jeez. I love it.
So I'm not gonna lie real quick. The first time we watched the first rep, when the bass feature started, I was like, are they not gonna be like, it starts kind of slow. The feature kind of builds into itself. And I was like, is it not gonna be as good this year? We just talk, and then just the sauce just throws it at you. Yeah, way better start than the last rep. Much better rep.
I think that's probably a majority of people's issues right now is just consistency. Like, that's the
100%.
weekend warriors of indoor and only getting select amount of time.
Yeah. That's the name of the game for every indoor group every year.
Except for Pulse.
Yeah, well, they're dumb good. I saw videos from this past weekend. It's unreal how clean they are at this point.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we get a different... I sense a quad feature.
Quad action here. I hate splits. A little bit of a diddle issue on the crossover.
Rolls are pretty good, though, throughout. One or two that weren't quite in there, but... Yeah.
Be careful on the heretic crossovers. Heretic. This is a bad angle for that finish.
Yeah,
that didn't sound...
Yeah, it's not quite the best.
I'll take that with
angle.
a grain of salt.
Yep. But what I'll say is, like, you can tell, like, the roll quality on a lot of those rolls in that feature was pretty solid. Like, not all of them were perfect, but when it did hit, the quality and blend was good from player to player.
couple of the rolls on the crossover, which obviously I cannot do.
Yeah,
So
no.
that's me just saying what I want to say. But
Crossovers never worked with my brain. All right.
they just don't work with my hands.
Yeah, right, typically. So, before we get into the last little thing we want to showcase here in this video, the little treat, Easter egg, if you want to call it at the end, we're going to be doing a podcast, like I mentioned at the beginning of this, of our impressions of everybody. Mystique show, X's show, Pulse's show, RCC show, any other show we can watch beforehand. We're going to run down it. Be on the lookout for that podcast. Hopefully, we'll be recording it next week after the Indy Regional. Did we ever find out if there was a regional this weekend in California?
There's not. There's
Okay.
one in Texas, Colorado, I think Virginia, somewhere else. But there may be a SCPA show we could snag a video
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
From out
We'll
west.
figure it out. We've done that every indoor season since we started this, like an initial impressions and predictions and stuff. So we're gonna stay consistent. But yeah. So this next thing is, let me switch over to it. Is amazing. It is the Marine Corps Drum Corps. Like they just finished their
I think it's called technically the Commandant's own Marine Drum and Bugle Corps.
Correct. That is the official name. This is a clip that came across our social media. We're not going to do a whole lot of talking because it's just really good. It's just enjoyable.
Makes me smile.
It's just clean. The drum tuning's great too. Ooh, those singles. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, those rolls are just so good. All right.
Yeah.
That was that. It's just
Dude,
good. Just
nasty.
clean notes, well-tuned drums, good blended rolls, and quality. Oh,
Dude.
man.
Yeah, and they're just like so stoic about it, like straight face, just like, yep.
They're just throwing down and don't care. So we just wanted to highlight that for a little bit. We know a couple of the guys in the line, so kudos.
Andy Alford there on the far left,
Yeah.
Andrew Kane quad there on the far left.
I think podcast episode 7 was with Andrew Kane. It was one of the early ones.
He was pretty early.
It was one of the early ones, and then Andy Alfred, Evan, and I marched for the MEX 2012 with here. I think this dude was a Blue Coat snare drummer, I believe.
I think that's Christian Chapman. I don't think he was a Blue Coat
Maybe.
snare, but I think that's Christian Chapman.
No, I think you're right. I think there was previously used to be a former Blue Coat snare drummer. I don't know. Either way, yeah, they're good. They've gotten better every year for the past few years. I love to see it. I mean, we're all here for the same reasons. We love to hear well-tuned drums that are played well.
In synchrony.
In synchrony at the same time. So that's all we got for today. Be on the lookout for some X and Mystique content, hopefully after this weekend. Enjoy the weekend, everybody. We'll upload this probably in a day or two. We'll see. Yeah, podcast, all that stuff. Lone Star, discount code H out. You guys know the drill. We'll see you in the next one.
Allah.